Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a great game with a great community. One of these communities is Johnny Wonder. And Johnny Wonder does imperialisms. One imperialism he did is with real people. This is the competition between the losers from day one that were eliminated and chose to compete amongst themselves to be the least loser. With that being said, let's get to the rules. For each match, we'll select a random player. That player selected, in this case Zelda, will then be sent to DM in the attack channel. They will then get to attack who they like. For example, they chose Corrin, so they'll invade Corrin's space. The winner will take both plots of land and continue on. These are the following rules that I didn't go over. If you want to take a quick look, you can pause and scroll through them. Otherwise, you can just skip over them, and you really don't need to know this stuff to understand what's going on. While you don't need to know all the rules, there's one special event you might want to keep in mind. None other than... This is the Smash Casino, a wheel with 12 outcomes. The outcomes can't be seen until we open up the Discord. When we land on an outcome, for example, 6, we will go into the Discord, see the outcome, and whoever was in the casino must abide by those rules. There are multiple ways to get into the casino by attacking random or at 15, 10, or 5 players. With this all being said, there's still one last thing we need to go over before we can start this loser's bracket, and that's none other than... Here we have all the competitors competing in this loser's bracket. As you can see, it's not everyone that agreed to compete, so we had to take 3 people off and replace them with random, which are casinos. With that being said, please select your favorite loser and get some popcorn. It's time to begin the loser's bracket. We got our first wheel spin and we land on Dark Pit. After it landed on Dark Pit, I went ahead and messaged him so that he could choose who to attack. I also gave him the attacker role so he could decide. Now we had to wait.
1 week later.
So something I forgot to mention is there is a 10-minute time rule, and he exceeded this, so he was automatically turned into a casino. After this super exciting first match, everyone was so pumped and ready for the next one. Nothing could top that first match. Absolutely nothing. The next player on the wheel was none other than Bowser. Bowser chose to invade random, which in this case is the casino. We decided to spin it, and it landed on 4, which in this case is Item Rain, which will come in his next match. Speaking of next match, we got Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff thought for a moment and then chose to attack Bowser, who would get a 10% advantage because in this, each space is 10% advantage, capping at 50. And the first official fight began with both players ready to get into it. That sounds weird. I'm gonna leave it though. We forgot the item rain, but neither players cared and agreed to compete. Oh, and Jigglypuff missed a rest. Bowser wins. Next up was Cloud. Real quick roster update. Bowser's the only real change. The wheel then chose Corrin, aka me. I decided to attack Lucina. Long story short, they never answered. We spun for Casino. It landed on Captain Falcon. Casino chose number 11, meaning Captain Falcon's next fight would be a one-stock battle. We went back to the wheel and ended up getting Corrin. Corrin decided to go for random, which would be the casino. The casino ended up landing on 12, which is a doubles battle. The partner would be the person to the left, and opponents would be the 2 players above. This means we have Corrin and Bowser versus Sheik and Zelda. And the slideshow began. It was sort of a match, I guess. We decided to do a best of 3 because we forgot items, and yeah. Bowser and Corrin won. Also, quick side note, there are no percentage advantages in this casino battle because of the effects of the doubles battle. I then learned a new recovery method from Sheik. It's really, really hard though.
Several days later.
After a while, Zelda kills Bowser to tie it up. We got to our third match of this really exciting slideshow. It wasn't as bad as the first two, but, you know, it's still a little iffy with online. Ultimately, it came down to a 1v1, and Zelda pulled it out for the win. Zelda got the extra space for being the MVP of the matches. The wheel then chose Piranha Plant, who went for the casino space, landing on outcome number 1. Next fight, they'd have a 10% extra advantage. The wheel then decided to choose Simon. He decided to fight Zelda, a 40% disadvantage. Quite a bit. But in the end, he wasn't able to pull it out, and Zelda took home the win. Next up was his comrade, Richer, who decided to go against Zelda and avenge his fallen brethren. With a massive 50% disadvantage, he was a true underdog going against Zelda, and had to put everything he had out on the field, or it would be all for nothing. All in vain. Yeah, he sold. Zelda's next opponent was Kazuya, who was ready to take her down. And then he didn't. The wheel then chose Incineroar, who went for random, aka a casino. They landed on number 7, which means any percentage advantage they have would be taken away their next fight. We then had the 10-player casino. Now, it ended up being Incineroar, and Incineroar ended up getting number 8, which means any percent advantage they had would be deleted for a match. Meaning, basically, number 7 was just pointless. Next victim is Banjo and Kazooie. They chose to gamble and do the casino. They ended up landing on number 12, which, if you remember, is a doubles battle. Banjo and Kazooie and Piranha Plant versus Rob and Sheik. I wanted to think of something clever or funny to put in here for this match, but really, there's not much commentary. It was more like a free-for-all than a doubles battle. There was no real cooperation or anything. Oh yeah, and I guess Blue Team won. Here's the current roster for those of you wondering. It's a lot of Sheik, Banjo-Kazooie, and Piranha Plant. Next match was Pikachu versus Luigi. Pikachu takes a stock. Pikachu takes another stock. And now, Luigi just sucks him to death. Can you guess who the wheel chose next? Yeah, Zelda. Zelda decided to attack Banjo and Kazooie. Now, Banjo and Kazooie were stuck with a 40% disadvantage. You think with this percentage, Zelda would take the first stock, but no, Banjo and Kazooie killed Zelda first. Zelda, annoyed at losing a stock, decides to take one of Banjo's and Kazooie's, tying it up. Crazy how Sheik and Zelda are the same people, both missing recoveries. But right after, Zelda gets the Smash Ball and ties the stocks up once more. Oh, and in case you were wondering, Zelda wins. Casino was next, and it was Incineroar. Incineroar rolled a 9, which means they would lose half their space. First come, first serve would claim Incineroar's space, meaning whoever attacked that space first automatically would claim it as their own. The wheel was spun again, and it once again landed on Incineroar. Incineroar decided to attack random, the casino. The outcome was number 10, meaning it'd be a free-for-all between them and 3 other people. The other players were Luigi, Piranha Plant, and Greninja. Greninja had to forfeit due to timing issues. Second place would keep 1 space. Third and fourth place would be eliminated. Due to a lot of casinos and percentage advantages, I'm not going to explain all the stuff going on. If you want to look, you can go back in the video. Basically, it's 20% for Luigi and 30% for Incineroar. Piranha Plant did a little Hawk Tui on Incineroar before running off. Incineroar responded by missing a grab on Luigi and then getting hit. After a while, it became a fight to not get last and to just stay in the competition. All 3 fighters wanted to stay, and then Luigi SD'd. In the end, Incineroar's shit recovery cost him the win. And we are at our final 3. Current roster stands with Zelda in first, Piranha Plant in second, and Incineroar with 1 space in third. Can you guess who was next? You're right, Zelda. The fight had begun. With 1 extra space over Piranha Plant, Zelda had a 10% advantage starting out for each stock. Watching this match back, I'm not sure if Zelda wanted to attack Piranha Plant or not, but they didn't have a choice, considering Piranha Plant was the only one next to them. Piranha Plant was putting up a hell of a fight, until they weren't. And then they really weren't. And then they lost. So yeah, you got Zelda and then you got Incineroar. 50% max cap. Let's see this final battle. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our loser bracket finals, Incineroar versus Zelda. Incineroar had a 50% disadvantage, but they were easily able to bring it close to an even match, starting with a 42% on Zelda. However, Zelda uses a final smash to take the first stock. Incineroar quickly responds with "fuck you" body slam. After this, Incineroar took another stock from Zelda. And then Zelda uses plot armor with the smash ball to kill Incineroar. And then Incineroar does the unthinkable. Loses. Congratulations to Zelda, our least loser. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to the people on screen now.